Hey there, and welcome to Inside Butler Football. I'm your host, Bree Seaver. The Butler football team traveled upstate this weekend to compete against in-state conference rival Valparaiso, coming away with the dominant 56-17 conference win. In a second, we'll be joined by Butler head football coach Jeff Forrest to talk about last week's game and take a look at the games ahead. Stay with us on Inside Butler Football. We welcome you back to Inside Butler Football. Butler head football coach Jeff Forrest joins me today. Coach, thanks for coming.
Yeah, great to be back.
So today we have the Hoosier helmet. Butler brought it back. Butler got off to a great game. Junior running back Trey Heater had 3 touchdowns in the first 9 minutes of the game. You're up 21-0 in the first period. So, I mean, Butler offense has proven to be a fully capable offense, a solid offense throughout the season. But did you expect them to get off to such a big start so early in the game?
Well, the whole offensive start was set up by special teams and defense. The opening kickoff we covered down to the 10, and defensively through great preparation and an inspired start caused a fumble on the first snap, and you start a drive on the 4-yard line. So. Everyone on offense tips their hat to the special teams and defense for providing that opportunity. And the second drive was also a short field set up by the defense. So we did a great job playing complementary football. Each unit helped each other out Saturday.
Now, Butler led 42-3 at halftime. So you started rotating the lineups a lot more in the second half. And we've talked before about how vital it is for second-string players to be able to get that vital real game experience. How pleased were you with their efforts?
I thought they played well. That's the thing is we talk all the time is you can't let the scoreboard dictate your play. A lot of guys got an opportunity to play, and some guys played really well, and some guys got some vital reps that they're going to learn from and keep improving. But that's critical because, when you're locked in practice, you're getting the same rep as the starter, at least mentally. Physically, a game like Saturday allows them to get out and play a little bit more and continue that development because that's crucial to us moving forward, especially this time of year when people start getting nicked up and banged up. We have the next man up ready to go. Now,
the team's win against Valpo this Saturday makes them perfect in the Pioneer Football League as far as their record goes. But, I mean, they still have lots of conference games left to play. But regardless, has to be a good confidence booster for the team. Do you have a confident grasp at what your expectations are for the team, and has the team realized their own potential?
Well, I mean, our expectations haven't changed since week 1. I mean, can we go back today on Monday and start over again and prepare for a one-game season and an opponent this week and, treat everyone the same no matter who you're playing and understand that Saturday is not only going to be a great test for us, but we got the added test of travel and doing all the things you need to do to get your body right and your mind right to play on Saturday. I mean, we talked when we started the season of let's get on this journey, let's do all the little things it takes to prepare each week to be at our best, and then the middle of November, let's take a look and see how it ended up. But you start worrying down the line in this league, you're going to get beat.
Now, we're going to take a look at some highlights from this game. So here is a fumble that was made on the first play of the game. Butler recovers it. Can you talk a little bit about this one, how he got off to a good start?
Well, a lot of this is on preparation. Jordan Ridley walks up. They'd shown us big gaps in the past, and Jordan walked up, took the gap. Bryce came with him and caused the fumble. I think Jay Brummel ended up recovering it, and that's the 4-yard touchdown drive. You talk about the offense. It was all set up with that play and that preparation, getting ready to play the game.
Now, the second one is Valpo fumbles on their second possession of the game. How important is it to take full advantage of these, the opposing team's mistakes?
I mean, it's critical that when one unit gives you the ball in that type of position that you get points out of it. But the big thing there is that turnover didn't allow them to punt the football and gain another 45, 50 yards with their all-league punter. So that made a short field, and then we were able to go down and capitalize with a score there also, which really kind of put us in control of the game early.
And this last one is a 39-yard touchdown by senior running back David Thomas, and this is his first collegiate touchdown. So can you talk a little about David's character and how rewarding it must have been for him to score?
Well, I mean, David did a great job. I mean, he's been a great teammate and player for us for a lot of years. You know, he stuck it in the hole. He brought the linebacker to the play. He cut back. But the other thing I think that's important there, and Dave will be the first to tell you all this, is there's a bunch of freshmen and redshirt freshmen in that line getting an opportunity to block for him. And you know, Mike Demos does a nice job, and Zach Wolf, the freshman tight end, do a good job there. And you know, there were dozens of guys just like David that had an opportunity, you know, that this game provided. And you know, David took advantage of that opportunity. And you know, there were also 42 guys that didn't get to travel with us. They were just as much a part of the win. You know, you talk about doing it the Butler way and preparing. Those 42 guys that weren't there, that didn't get a chance to touch the ball there at the end and have a big moment like that, were just as much a part of the win. And when we've been really, really good, it hasn't been about guys wanting to know when they were going to carry the ball or not carry the ball. When we've been good, it's about guys not even accepting a role, but really embracing it and being part of a team and working for a team goal. And you know, David's been one of those guys with us, along with you know, 98 other guys this year. It's really been a good year that way.
The seniors have really stepped up their leadership.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of guys that have stepped up, and you know, it's not about what can I get out of this, but what can we do together. And you know, we talked, you know, as a team, are we playing this way because we were playing Dayton, or because we're playing for the Hoosier helmet, or are we playing this way because this is a core value and this is just who we are? And I really believe the locker room has started to come together. And you know, but can you start all over again? Can you make it a one-game season? Can you go back to work and do all the little detail things you have to do to win in this league? Because we talked back in January that, you know, everyone can beat anyone. Anyone can beat anyone in this league. I mean, each week you can go out and win a game or get knocked off. I mean, there's a lot of people that are capable of winning the league. It's the journey you got to go on, and the little day-to-day things that you don't think matter. They make all the difference, and you don't know where the tipping point between winning and losing is. It's what you do on a daily basis, and doing it together, and everyone being on the same page and working the same direction. So we've had a great start. Mm-hmm. We're off to another one-game season, and you know, preparation and you know, focus and those things are going to be critical.
Absolutely. This week we're doing something called Get to Know Your Bulldogs. It's where we bring in one of the upperclassmen and talk to them about their time they spent in the Butler football program. This week we're getting to talk to senior defensive end Jace Tennant. Jace, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, Jace, where are you from?
Champaign, Illinois.
And where'd you go to high school?
Champaign Central High School.
Okay.
Maroons.
All right. And how many siblings do you have?
I have two older brothers. One's 27, one's 25.
Did they play football at all?
No, they're golfers and cross country, so kind of the oddball in the family.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, when did you first start playing football?
Flag football in 3rd grade, and then didn't start tackle football until 5th grade.
Now, coming out of high school, where were your top college choices? Who were you being recruited by?
Some other FCS schools, in-state, Illinois State, Eastern Illinois wanted me to walk on there, and of course Butler too. Those are my top 3.
Now, when you went to all these different schools, what made Butler stand out for you?
For me, I mean, Butler's a smaller school, but it is in Indianapolis, so it wasn't like I was going to go to school in the middle of nowhere in Illinois in some cornfields, so that was a big standout. And then academic prestige, everyone from my high school had gone to Butler, where it's like valedictorian, so I mean, it was pretty prestigious academically. I knew a degree from Butler would carry me a lot farther in life. And then, of course, football, that was a big plus. I saw the team is kind of a younger team, and it was on the rise. I think it was Vor's 2nd year in the program, so it's something I wanted to be a part of.
Now, when you came on your first official visit, what about the team made you want to be a part of it?
Just going back, it was a younger team, and I could tell they were on the rise, so felt like there was good things in the future to come, and just want to be part of that.
Now, looking back as a senior, what has been one of your most memorable moments?
Definitely back in '09 when we won the conference championship and the bowl game. Being able to be part of that was, it was awesome. It was unbelievable, especially coming from high school where we're just an average team and didn't really have used to winning like that. So that was definitely most memorable.
Hoping to repeat that this year?
Absolutely.
Now, what are the things that you are going to take away from this program after you graduate from Butler?
I just think overall the camaraderie that I got here and all the guys I met, lifelong friends, and definitely values that I learned here in the Butler way. And I think that's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. And everywhere I go, it's the work world and family and everything.
You guys kind of like a brotherhood and stuff? The team?
Yeah, I would say definitely.
Yeah. Now, how would you best describe the time you've spent as part of the Butler football program?
It's something that I don't think I can really put in words. It's just been overall great experience. So.
All right. Well, thanks, Jace. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having me.
After this, we're going to take a look at next week's game against Marist. Stay with us on Inside Butler Football. Back here on Inside Butler Football. So Butler is traveling all the way to New York to play conference opponent Marist this week. Marist is 2-3 overall, 1-1 in conference play, and this is the second time this season that you're playing a team coming off their bye week. How do you prepare and account for that in your preparation, knowing that they face a little bit of a disadvantage?
Well, you got to control what you can control is the big thing. I think once you get in the season and you kind of get in a routine, players are creatures of habit, and a routine I think is good. You can argue the other side of the fence with Marist saying, hey, a break is good at this point of the year. Let guys get rested. Where we are, the continuity of things is good for us, and we got a plan. You play on every Saturday, and you got a plan on how you get prepared, and there's enough days to do that. And we got to worry about our preparation and not, the extra time they may or may not have. So we'll go back to work and do the same things we've done as far as our preparation, with the idea on the tail end of the week with travel, you do lose some time. So you got to have some great time management during the week and to be able to get everything done so that you're ready to leave campus, as well as try to find some time to get off your feet and get a little extra rest, because the travel takes it out of you.
Absolutely. Now, Butler is the best total and rushing offense in the PFL. Marist is second in total defense, but first in scoring defense, and Marist is also the #1 rushing defense. So it's going to be a game. You're going to pair the strengths of one team against your strengths. So it's going to be a battle. What do you see as being the tipping point? What's this game going to come down to?
Well, I think if you look at last year, we turned the ball over and we allowed them big plays. Two things this year that we're doing really, really well. We're keeping the ball in front of us, and we haven't turned the ball over. So I think that's critical, that we continue to play Butler football. And like any other game, for an offense to be good against a good defense, special teams and defense have to help you. That's part of complementary football. Can you get some short fields set up by special teams or defense, and you flip it the other way? They got some upperclassmen back in the lines. They got some explosive, skilled players. So offensively, we got to take advantage of our opportunities and put points on the board and keep the ball and keep the ball away from them by controlling the ball and driving it. So it's not going to be our offense versus their defense. It's Butler versus Marist, and how well we play together as units and take advantage of our opportunities will be the difference.
Last year, Butler lost to Marist on homecoming, and you've got a lot of returning Butler players who were there to experience the loss. Do you think they're going to come out with some extra enthusiasm to really win?
I think you learn from the experience you had. It was the first time you played them. Like we said, that they took advantage of some opportunities that we either provided or they created. You tip your hat to them. But I think the biggest thing, it's two totally different teams. It's two totally different personalities, two totally different locker rooms. So I don't think there's this team, versus what they did last. That doesn't really exist in college football, because there's so many changes year to year. I think the really good teams take the tape and learn from the experiences they had the year before and work towards not making those again and providing a better opportunity for you to be successful the next time.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we thank you for joining us on our 6th episode of Inside Butler Football. All right, that will do it for this week's episode of Inside Butler Football. Be sure to watch next week. Thanks for watching.